Well, today there's royalty in the house. We are going to be visiting with Princess Sarah. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
So I heard about your story from one of our associate producers. Her name is Amanda, and I was fascinated by your journey. I mean, what is it like to be you? What an extraordinary path you've been on.
Thanks. What is it like to be me? It depends on the day, to be totally honest. Some days it's great, some days it's challenging. Um, I'm, just when we met each other just briefly, you gave me so much inspiration, and I'm taking on what you said. Like, there's so much to be grateful for, and I'm blessed, I'm grateful, I'm happy, and I'm embracing what you said because I am in that space too. And I think learning about my birth family in Sierra Leone has really transformed my life in a whole new way and challenged me in many ways to have a family in a developing country after Blood Diamond War. And at the same time, it's given me my purpose and my passion. So, yeah. So life is good.
So was your birth names, not your birth name, but when you were adopted, was your name Sarah? Has it always been Sarah, or did you pick a whole new identity?
So my name actually, when I was first adopted, was Esther Elizabeth, actually. It's interesting. There are a lot of biblical names there, Esther Elizabeth, and then I was named Sarah. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Um, all of those names. So now, Sarah, you were at what age? Were you in your 20s, late 20s, when you found out that you were actually royalty?
Yes, I was actually 28, even though I still claim that I'm 28 to today.
Oh, okay.
But
I
yes,
won't tell anyone.
tell anybody. So yes, I was 28 when I went to Sierra Leone to meet my birth family and the tribe. Yeah, pretty pretty exciting time in my 20s.
Who was the first person that you shared the information with when you said, this might sound strange, but I actually think I'm, part of this family?
The first person that I called was my mom. I called my mom, who raised me, my mom and dad, and I said, I found my birth family. I need to talk to you about this. And they were excited, kind of surprised because I hadn't gone into a lot of detail with them. But I also said to my parents, no one will replace you. I said,
Oh.
you are my heart, you are my family, and I just want to know more information about who I am. So, yeah.
And I do believe that when a child is adopted, you are the child that was born in their heart. And adoption is such an important thing because there are so many children that are still in orphanages that never get to have that word family. A lot of them are forgotten, or they age out of being adoptable, and it's really sad and it's really difficult. So I love that you just shared that with me, that you made them know that they still belong to you, and you belong to them, that there's a place in your heart for them. So that's a beautiful story that you just shared with us, because I think that there is a fear, especially now with 23andMe and Ancestry.com and all these ways to find your genetic roots. Sometimes it works out well, sometimes it doesn't work out well, but Sarah, for you, it has worked out well. What advice would you give to other people that are looking for their birth parents that might be helpful to them?
I think the first thing that I think of is to kind of be prepared for anything, because I think sometimes as adopted folks, we tend to, when we don't know anything about our birth families, we fantasize about how magical, and I mean, my birth mother in my mind was a Barbie doll, and my my birth father was this, I knew a little bit about the this family being a royal family, and he was a statuesque man that was like 6 feet or 7 feet tall. And also sometimes, we're always, people are adopted for reasons, and sometimes it's not always happy, and sometimes it's challenging to hear about. So just to be prepared that it might not be all wonderful. It might be challenging. There might be challenging parts, and having a support team someone who you can talk to about this, who maybe isn't a family member, who's not attached to the situation, but just can be a loving support, and really take on just being open and knowing that whatever happens, it's not about you. It's just kind of like you have to be open. That's what I had to deal with, because my birth mother had passed away of cancer and I didn't get a chance to meet her. And so that was hard, but my mom, who raised me, had always planted the seed. Anytime I brought up my birth mother, she said, well, she was a little older. I don't know if she's still alive. And it was the most beautiful thing to help me as a child, because then when I found out at 21 that my birth mother had passed away, I wasn't devastated. I kind of got teary-eyed for a moment, and then I said, oh, wow, I feel like I already knew this. So we don't know what we're going to find out. So being open to the unknown. And
being open also to possibility of what you're doing now. The foundation that you have and the work that you're doing and the community spirit that you're bringing forth. I applaud that. That's phenomenal, Sarah. Tell us about that part of that journey.
Thank you so much. This part of the journey is not anything I thought I'd be doing in this lifetime, nor did I go to school to learn how to run a nonprofit. I went to school for theater and acting and classical theater. But what I've learned is that when there's something you want to take on, you don't have to know how to do it. It's really about putting out there what you really want to see happen, and people will show up and help you along the way. So going to Sierra Leone, seeing what happened after this Blood Diamond War, I realized I couldn't come back and act as if I didn't see any of this. This is my birth family. This is part of who I am. I was raised by these incredible parents who are always about working with the community and being of service, and how do we take care of our world so it's supporting all of us, not just some of us. And so we started in a nonprofit, Sierra Leone Rising, and we do work in public health, education, and female empowerment. And my parents who raised me and my birth family together have worked together to make all this happen. And my brother Hindobe, who's a lawyer now in Sierra Leone, he runs the team on the ground in Sierra Leone. I run the team here in America. And we're digging wells this month, literally. I was talking to him yesterday. We already dug 9 wells with my dad and my birth father working together. 9 wells that are serving 12,000 people with clean drinking water. And now we're digging more wells this month, because our goal, I want to put it out there, is to have clean drinking water for the entire country. So people are not at a loss and not in a lack of water. Water is such a basic need to live, and a lot of people don't have access. So that's what we're really focusing on.
You're absolutely right. There's so many diseases and things, and water, our human figure, we are so much, that's what we are. We're like 90% water. And I'm sure my statistic isn't exactly right, but I know it's really up there. But the fact is that you're working together, and look, you've blended these people, Sarah, you've blended this opportunity for others, and through that there's strength. So I'm just excited to know you. I know you wrote a book, and I think it's going to be made into a screenplay or something about your story.
Yes, I co-wrote a book with my writing partner, Tracy Trivis, and the book is called A Princess Found, Barnes & Noble and Amazon. And it's a journey. It's a juxtaposition between my life and my birth father's life and my family's life in Sierra Leone up until we meet. So you're flip-flopping between chapters. You're in Sierra Leone, you're in West Virginia, and we just sold it to Disney, and we're in rewrites of the script right now. Thank you. That's a kind of like a dream come true. That's also nothing I thought would ever happen. And yeah, we're going to turn it into a movie and have people learn about culture. They're going to learn about forgiveness, adoption, transracial adoption, family, love. It's going to be really special. I'm so grateful and so excited.
And a little bit about anti-bullying too, which is an important theme, throughout all of this. So that's fantastic. Will you, if it's going to be live action, I hope they'll let you, as an actor, I hope they let you play, either yourself or some part.
Yes, definitely a part in it. I want somebody else to play me.
Okay, okay.
So they can do the journey. We're starting a little bit younger, like the teenager. So, yeah.
Well, Princess Sarah, thank you so much for joining us. Is there any way that my audience could be helpful or supportive to you in your journey?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. You're awesome. We have our nonprofit, SierraLeoneRising.org. So if people want to go check it out, that would be great. Any contribution, connection makes a huge difference for Sierra Leone. So we'd love to have you be part of the tribe. So
And I did get a chance to see some beautiful photos of you where you are celebrating that part of your history and your culture, you know, and you have the ability, I guess, now to celebrate both your birthright as well as your adoptiveness. So congrats on everything, Sarah. You're truly a leader in this subject, and I love you for giving back to the world. So thank you for that.
oh, thank you so much. And thank you for having me on the show. You're incredible.
Thank you so much. All right, happy journeys to you. Be well, my friend. Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.